But those of you who haven't answered the question is, tell me what you guys are grateful for today, man. And I don't know what I did to get lucky like this. Hey. Sure feels fine. 'Cause you give me love and affection. I give Come on. All my protection. I'm being above ground. Amen. Get a French. She said I'm coming loaded. Thank you for the person who was spamming the hearts. Kids are awake, beautiful, and healthy. That's what's up. That's what I'm saying, man. The little things in life we gotta have to celebrate, you know? Girl, you're everything I do. My sobriety every single Monday starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And next Monday, we have an absolutely phenomenal artist coming through. She is from the Caribbean and she will be doing a live performance. And if you missed out on yesterday's episode, please make sure that you check tonight at 10 p.m. You check your YouTube or in the morning. All the links will be available on my social media. Today, welcome to today's episode, which is a bonus episode called Gratitude. Now, first of all, we all know we all have to practice gratitude. It's a very big, important part of our lives, but not everybody practice it as loyally or on a daily basis. Gratitude can literally change your perception of how you see things, how you view yourself and others. The biggest benefits of gratitude is so many, it's literally endless. People that practice gratitude or who expresses their gratitude experience a lot of positive emotions and they can tap into those emotions. And as you know, besides applying it to your daily life, as a streamer, we understand the importance of being grateful for the support and the love and everybody that we have around us. And I think there's no better person that understands it best than our next live streamer that we're going to have on. From being a short time on the app, from making Rookie of the Year, from being Streamer of the Week, he's really had some amazing high moments. And as we know, being grateful has big impacts on our lives and how we view things and how people view us and how they participate in everything that we do. So please help me and welcome Mej. Let me see. There we go. It's not in there yet, but we'll wait for Mej. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. Hi, Mish. How are you doing?
Hello, my beauty. Hello, my beauty. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I truly appreciate the opportunity to have these type of discussions here on the app.
Of course, I think we do touch on a lot of topics when we do interact, but I think this is something that's so important to everyone and to all of us and like kind of how we put it into practice. So just, you know, for people who might not know or be familiar that's seeing, you know, this for the first time, when it comes to your streaming journey, if you can quickly touch on that from how you started to where you are now.
Okay, so I originally started on the POF app. And it was it's a dating app. It's pretty much, you know, well known for the dating feature. And I stumbled upon the live version because a friend said, "Oh, try the live. Maybe you'll actually see the person you're about to date. Maybe there's some kind of video or something." We were unsure. It was locked down. A lot of time in your hands. Hit it up, and then I just, you know, started going. I was nervous. Was going to streams, but luckily, I was met with some really good streamers that kept me interested. And then I started gifting and I started supporting those streams. So when I was ultimately encouraged to start streaming, it was suggested that I try Meet Me, that it might be more to my liking in sending blasts and how to be maybe better, or at least give it a try on the Meet Me side. So then I started there, and the outpour of energy and the outpour of support that I received kept me encouraged. I didn't think that this was something I could have done. I was reluctant. I mean, I would never hit a person's box, and not even their date box. I was so petrified. And I didn't want to speak. I was like a very shy in comments. So all this kind of talking and stuff wasn't a me. I was the person who just sat there and kind of watched everybody and was like in awe of the beautiful streamers, the repartee, how people interacted. I was like, you know, starstruck. I forgot about TV. This was a live entertainment that and then when people said my name, I freaked out. I thought I was a big star from them even saying my name. So then I started to meet me, and it was like a push.
Yeah.
Push and encouragement from some big streamers that said, Mej, why don't you go for Top Badge? You're doing verses, and this is the kind of personality, this is the type of vibe that is the app. So that kept me going, and people don't realize that good words, good encouragement, when it comes from a great place, and that leads you back to gratitude, nourishes you. It nourishes your energy, and it pushes you. It gives you that
is
extra little push that you need.
About being shy and not being able to interact with people in a way where you felt free by getting in their box and stuff like that. I need to know what changed, because I know from many people, even in the comment section here right now, knows you as a flamboyant, outspoken, louder than life kind of personality. I guess that's what gravitated me towards you, because, you know, as my Scorpion twin, we're very similar in our energies. So what made you change from this very shy, reluctant person
anyone that knows
and
me,
to get in people's box, to the social butterfly we see in front of us now?
Well, anyone that knows me well know that I have a pretty much reserved side. I am what would be like an extroverted introvert. So I keep to myself. I can keep to my. I'm happiest when that happens. But if someone kind of pulls me out of that box, be prepared. And sometimes I wasn't sure how this was going to be received. I am also, you know, part of the lesbian and gay community. I'm accustomed to in the outside world. You know, people kind of shy away. I wasn't sure how it's going to be received. So I kind of just wanted to be, you know, in the back, and I wanted to feel people out and see if they would allow me to shine, or what kind of box people wanted me to be in. Because believe it or not, people still put you into little boxes, and they don't really want to see the real you. So I was waiting for the appropriate people to be around to allow myself to breathe, you know. So I've been thankful that
we always say when it comes to streaming that it's important to find your camp and to find like-minded people who made you feel happy and that you want to interact. And when you receive this outpour of love, obviously a lot of gratitude came with that, and it kind of probably inspired you to want to do more or better. How did you express your gratitude, other than through gifting and supporting them? Like your verbiage of doing things. I know you do certain shows and things where you celebrate your people. So can you just take us through that just a little bit and explain that to us?
Great, thank you. So when I first started the app, and this is before even applying for the Top Badge. I mean, I was still going around trying to get my faves and network with people. What was lacking at that time for me was the ability to go to a really good concert. You know, I used to go to a lot of concerts. I love music, and so I was recognizing that some of these streams I went to, there were a lot of streamers that had this musical talent, but their views were small. They weren't getting the kind of exposure and platform. And I just decided that I wanted that to be something that I wanted to promote. So I created a musical talent showcase back around March of last year. And when it originally started, it was about 6 or 7 hours. And everyone kept saying, that's way too long. It was draining on me. So I finally broke it down into, you know, much smaller, but have it now twice on Mondays, but smaller shows. So that's one of the ways in which I wanted the talent, the concert. It's a free concert. It's not a featured show. There's nothing else to be gained by just listening to these amazing, talented streamers that we have on here. And we were all shut down. We couldn't go anywhere. So why not enjoy
Right.
the benefits of the app? Another thing
Right.
that I started doing was I host what's called a meet and greet styled auction that
Right.
streamers who are relatively new or not so new, just want a little bit of a rediscovery, that they have a
Mhm.
chance to promote their streaming platform, tell us what their streams are about, what are their interests, what are they looking to promote while being on the app. So that's something that I also host monthly, just to give people another extra boost to
Right.
using, now that I'm a top badge, using my streaming platform to give them that extra boost of getting people to see them, a taste
And
of the
it
app
really, I
doing.
think it really does help having that type of connections with people and being able to give back in a way where you can also help other streamers elevate what they're doing and how they do it. And so, in that way, you do give back in a positive way. Do you think there's a huge difference between and how people do performance wise, like on the app, like when it comes to practicing gratitude? Because a lot of times you see people, really, for me, that comes to my stream and be like, you know what, I like being here because you interact with every single person in the comment section. And I'm so grateful because you read my message and you didn't even know me. So that is kind of like, for me, something that I think it's important. And like, do you think there's a difference in how people that practice gratitude and people who don't practice gratitude receive who they like basically get back from how they perform on the app?
You know what? It comes down to what you call it's a mixed bag of sorts. And I feel there's a lesson to be learned in everyone's journey. And
Right.
sometimes people are just a little longer to express their gratitude, or they're probably not sure how to express it, when to express it. What would you value as my gratitude? What adds to my saying that I'm grateful for your presence, I'm grateful for your contributions? So sometimes we have to be, I say, clearer in communication with what we accept as gratitude. For myself, for
Mhm.
me, I'm grateful that when I hit the live button, I have a flood of people that come in and say,
Mhm.
Mej, you made my day. Your spirit. I'm grateful for that.
Right.
And that people said, oh my God, you brighten my day. I just love coming here and just sit you. I put you on my counter. That's gratitude. Some people have different ways of support and, make sure you meet your goals. So there's different ways. And I say to everyone, uh, don't put a time on people showing their gratitude, because that's setting yourself up for too much of an expectation on yourself and the other person
100%.
of when
100%.
to get it. So sometimes, like I said, it's a mixed bag. Um, and people sometimes are now very cautious. They don't know who to be grateful to,
Right.
because of just all the different outpour of people coming in saying, this person might be this person might be that. Be careful, be warned. And now everyone is in like an upheaval.
Right. To a certain point. And I see, like I said, for me, it's something I have like what you call a gratitude journal. It's something that helps me. And I know the first time I heard it, I was very odd about it. Like, you know what I mean? Okay, a journal, like I'm gonna write these things down. So what I started doing is I wrote all these things down that I wanted to achieve, that I want to do. And I found by writing it down, I'm giving it life. And that's my way of connecting with the things that I want for myself, but like no expectations, no disappointment. So I focus on those things, but also focus on the things that I'm grateful for. And I find that when I put these things next to each other like that, often, if not all the time, they become then things that become a part of the things that I now have because, and I'm grateful for because I did put it down on a list. Take me a little bit back after you got your top badge, what your experience was like going up to getting streamer of the week and then getting male recruit of the year.
Um, you know what? There have been many times along my journey that I didn't think I was going to make it to the end of the year. And similarly didn't think I would accomplish, making, milestone of streamer of the week, um,
Yeah.
because, like everyone else here, don't think that because there's always a smile in everyone's face, that means things are always bright and, and sunny in everyone's lives. But
Right.
uh, going back to, I've been grateful that when there are people that I've had off of the app, still related, that have kept me pushing towards it. And every time they felt they slip because they know my energy, they felt it, they went like, get yourself on. We need to see you. What do you need from us? Do you need me to call you?
Right.
Do you need to come down there to New York? What is it we're doing? Because
Excellent.
this is not you. We know that you're passionate about people, you're passionate about things that you can promote, and you can make a difference. And
Right.
there's so much more to be done, especially with, the gay community and issues and shows and things that should be like voices that need to still be heard on here. And I kept, every time someone would, give me that push, and then it'll be like, all right, that's what I needed. So being rookie of the year, I don't know how that happened. I'm still in shock. I said to Chris, I was completely in shock. I was even planning to be on the show. And I said to
Right.
Chris, it's like, are you sure it's me? And he's like, yes, it's you. You deserve it. He's like, he's like, yes, and you do deserve it. Don't let anyone say that you don't. You definitely deserve
Right.
it. And, it's things like that, those little moments that cements it for me, those recognition that you are making a difference. You are here for a purpose. But it goes back that you have to be grateful for the people who may have slighted you or who may have uplifted you. Because you got to be grateful for those people too, because that is also a motivational push for you too, that you want to show them that you are a better version of yourself or a better version of what they've thought you could ever be.
Right. I think that is phenomenal and very important. But I think it speaks a lot to honor your calling. Like every single one of you are put on this earth with unique gifts and ability that only you can fulfill in this life. And that's why a lot of times you find this nagging feeling of unfulfillment and you don't really know what it is. And the minute that you find your passion and that you tap into your passions, that's when everything just starts to click. Like you said, you questioned it like, oh my God, rookie of the year. And you said something very important. You said you were grateful for the people that didn't just push and support you, but also the people who doubted you. That's why in that gratitude plays an important role. You have to be thankful for the things that happens to you in positivity and in negativity. Ultimately speaking, it creates a better, unique version of you, as long as you keep failing forward and not backward. When it came to the moments where you didn't feel the best version of yourself, how did you find ways to uplift yourself and put yourself in a better mindset?
Definitely music. Music, and there were times of prayer. And there were times that I just needed a good cry just to kind of get it out and get out a lot of my frustration, and why
Yeah.
I being even more harder on myself than was necessary. Because
Right.
I have to remember that there are times that I might be falling back, and it's okay. Every journey doesn't always have to be full speed ahead. And that's what I needed to remind myself. It does not necessarily mean that you are always going straight ahead and it's just one road. That there are times that you might have to keep go a little backward and take those momentarily backward steps and reroute yourself and chart a new course to get to where you ultimately want to go. So it was a lot of reflection, and I needed some time to pull myself or remove myself to go like, it's okay.
Right.
It's okay to fall back. It's
It's
okay
okay.
that you're going there. You are being more critical in yourself than anyone else could do for you. So be mindful of that. And that's what has helped me to keep back, get back on. is just taking that little step backward and knowing it's okay to go back. Doesn't always
Yes.
have to be full throttle ahead. It's okay to go back, and that has kind of pushed me. I'm like, all right, but Mej, we've been back a little too long now. Let's pick it up.
Yeah, back to basics, like Boss Bro said. So
Right.
I think that a lot of us, and I can speak for myself when I say, seeing that when you got a male rookie of the year, I was extremely proud of you because I know your heart, I know your energy in your stream. I remember the first time I came into your stream, I was like, who is this? Like, why haven't we met before? What's going on? And then obviously we clicked because you're a wonderful person. You're always very warm to every single person in your live stream. And the first time I even mentioned your name in my stream, a lot of people was like, oh yeah, we've met him, he's so cool. I love that. And the outpouring of love that you received, I think, was so beautiful. So I want to ask you something a little bit different, because I want to know, as a person who is part of the LGBTQ community, did you feel a sense of responsibility? Because I know a lot of people looked at you and was like, oh wow, that is possible. Because there wasn't, I don't think that you received you received an overwhelmingness of positivity and not, bad things. So what do you think, like, your responsibility is towards people who see everything you've achieved and keep on achieving on a daily basis by just being a part of the app and being a streamer? What do you think your responsibility is in the community towards that?
You know what? I do believe that we all, regardless of, being, lesbian, gay, or whatever, however we identify ourselves, I believe everyone should hold themselves responsible for some form of platform to promote. Um, I think what was lacking when I first started on the app was the voices and the shows that were designed around the community, the gay community. I didn't see that. I looked particularly, there weren't a lot of shows on the app when I came on. And I think because the app had really just kind of started up and was getting into the little swing of things. And so I did definitely find, I looked to see what could I do to make a difference. And it, like I said, the first show I've done was a music show. It wasn't even a gay centered show.
Right.
But I do feel a responsibility, and we should all task ourselves with a responsibility to do something to promote some kind of form of idea. But I did not see a lot of gay shows, so I made it very aware that we're here. We are
Right.
streamers too, and I wanted to keep building on that every time. I was not hiding or saying that maybe I'll be a certain way to
Yes.
benefit others or benefit gifters. This is what you
Yes.
get. This is me. So I kept true to that. I wasn't trying to be deceptive of how I was. And hopefully in the future, there are some shows that are created, and maybe I'll be behind one of them. I believe there is a panel upcoming that I'm going to be one of the speakers on.
Okay.
So it's something that is in the works, but I'm going to be one of the speakers on there. And I think Boss Bro is on there too. But we're beginning to see a lot more of the presence, and it's a great thing to see that we're finally banding together. It's taken us a while, but we're finally banding there to promote awareness, and that's pretty
I
much
love
what it
it.
should be.
And I see even the support, like, it's much bigger now. As a person who's been on the platform for almost 4 years, I can promise you at the beginning there wasn't all of this that there are now, but to see people connect in such positive ways and being a part of it, whether you are straight, single, dating, doing a little bit of both, doesn't matter. I love to see the outpour of love and positivity towards the community, and I feel like we are all kind of responsible to bring that positivity and upliftment towards one another and other people that surround us, to make the platform a bigger and better experience. So seeing you do such things has always been something that almost of a yes. There he goes doing it again. Because for me, as a bisexual woman, it is an important thing to have that type of platform that I can feel everybody can feel welcome and be a part of what we do here. So when it now for you, when you do set up shows like the auction that you do, is it your first Pride auction? And give us a little bit more detail about that, real quick.
Okay, so I'm hosting my very first Pride auction on June 25th. So June 25th. And I've decided to not just line this up with people who identify as lesbian or gay, transgender or otherwise. I've decided to have that community heavily represented, but also our allies, because um, it takes a village. It took a village for our voices to be heard. So when we have shows or when we have things, I like things to be inclusive. I preach inclusivity. I'm usually never looking at people's sexual orientation when I support their streams, or if I want them to support me. I look more at character, your
Yeah.
values, what you represent. And if you support the gay community and you support people and they're loud and proud and we're here and the right for everyone to coexist, uh, I'm there for you. I have the allies are also included in the lineup. This is not about segregation and just having it about a lineup with gay people. This is about being prideful. This is about being proud of who you are, who you
Highlighting those
identify with,
things.
who you stand with.
100%. I think it's important that you are doing things that is highlighting that and making everybody aware of it, because I think that is how you get rid of negativity. That's how you get people to participate in inclusivity. We've talked a little bit earlier about how how gratitude plays a big part of your happiness, because I think it's directly linked to one another. Because if you're happy and you're grateful when you wake up in the morning, gratefulness is something, or gratitude is something that plays a big part of that. And there are power in words. When it comes to people speaking out or standing up in anything that they do, and how do you use your words and create and kind of impact people with your words, knowing that in words there's power.
It's been, I'm a person who, even though I can be reserved at times, and I do try to bite my tongue because I understand it more than anyone else how words can affect a person because I'm very emotional. However, there comes a time that you also have to remember that you have to speak the truth.
Hmm.
And as much as we like to sugarcoat certain things in certain situations, there are times that you cannot just hold back and cuddle people and cuddle things. I mean, there are ways in which you can say things. And maybe at times I've not been the best, and I'll take it because I'm learning too. But it's been
It's
trying at
important.
times because I understand the impact that it have on people, because definitely has it on me. But there are times that my words don't really convey how I've wanted to express things, and so I'm learning too. And I think
Right.
that's a teaching one for everyone. Sometimes we just don't know how to, you know, direct it to a
Express
person.
ourselves the way we want to sometimes. Sometimes you feel all these things, you think it, and you don't know how to put it into words to make it make sense. It's something I personally struggle with as well. So you're not alone in that. Sometimes I do tend to get super frustrated, but something I've learned now is to, instead of speaking out of frustration, I bite my tongue and I wait till I have the verbiage to convey how I feel. Because for me, if I'm acquainted with you, if you're a person who adds value to my life, I ultimately want you to understand me and hear what I'm saying, instead of me being so pouring out emotions that I don't really make sense, or possibly say something that affects somebody negatively. And that is a big part of being self-aware, which is something that is important to me, as not just as a mother, as a role model for them, but as a streamer as well. I I have to learn, like, and I'm still learning how to bite my tongue, right? And try to take a step back and then articulate how I feel. Because sometimes people can be misunderstood, via text. A lot of times when you text somebody or they text you back, you can misunderstand what they mean. And it can turn into something completely
Absolutely.
different, as if you just, waited a minute, conveyed yourself, whether you spoke via voice notes or FaceTime. It is important to express yourself. When it comes to gratitude from your mouth and your words, for people, especially who's going to see this for the first time, what do you want people to know about you when it comes to gratitude and your message basically to the world?
Uh, don't take anyone for granted, and especially yourself. Um, Gratitude stems from your.
Very important for me when I reframed my mind was to be able to put myself in a position where I get to know myself more, and that I'm open to criticism, whether it is positive or negative, because ultimately it will turn me into a better version of who I am right now. And it continuously helped me. Every single thing throughout doing these shows, every single little thing and information, it helps and it builds and it makes you a better you. So self love is important to practice, like I said, and being self-aware and allowing yourself to make mistakes, because you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And it's important to remember that making mistakes doesn't make you a failure. That's why I always say fail forward. So simple tools that you can use to practice gratitude. Do you have specific things that you practice when it comes to gratitude, or tools that you use to help you improve that?
Uh, Definitely a lot of comedy. Mine comes if I'm joking and kidding around with you, and just like having that means I'm grateful for you. My another thing that I've noticed about myself is, if I'm not grateful for you, I'm not around you.
Right.
If I'm not grateful for you, I'm not around you. If you see me jiving and vibing, showing up to your room, and when I see you on or having a certain repartee, it's because I'm grateful for you. There's something
Yeah.
there. There's something I'm there that you give me that I'm grateful for you to give me. So I find comedy is one of the tools that I use to show my gratitude, not just necessarily the gifting portion of it, but rather that how I communicate. If I keep it very businesslike with you, not that I don't appreciate you, but it's just what that energy is. But if I'm having moments, calling out which one's younger than the other one, the twin. So like stuff, like people admitting who's the youngest twin, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I know
Recognizing.
you are quite a big tease when it comes to stuff like that. I just want to go back to a couple of things real quick and just kind of highlight that. I think it's very important. Thank you for everybody that's in the comment section. I just want to read a couple of comments that did stand out to me that I thought was beautiful. Boss Bro said, before I came to Top Badge Mej, was one of the few gay streamers on the app, someone I admired and look up to as a gay man. And that coming from a person, obviously, that's also a top badge, that also is doing his thing separately. How does that help you push forward? For me, obviously, when I see such positivity, it makes me literally want to do more and be more, that it pushes me to be my better self and towards that. How does that make you feel when you hear things like that?
Oh my God! Especially when you see the caliber of people and you see the type of people saying, giving you these accolades that
Yeah.
you you coined it, right on, that you said you want to do more. And I do have an upcoming show that I'm going to be pitching to the app in the whole spirit of doing more,
Yeah.
because there were times that you know as I said, that I was not going to continue streaming, and
Wow.
it slowed the push to get a featured show. I was in discussions with the admins about doing a show, and then I got disheartened by a lot of things that were happening, and it kind of kept pushing me to take a further and further back seat. And then it was, the push of Rookie of the Year, the push of Streamer, and then more and more people coming forward every time that when I start seeing them and streaming, I think, this is kind of it. Like, I'm coming to an end. The outpour was like, no, what are you talking about? And so now with that fuel, I am pushing forward into upcoming. Look for it during this month, especially with Pride being present. That there is an upcoming show, and there will be future shows that I'm going to be testing to see, the kind of response, and if this is something that I want to make featured. So that's where I am at right now.
Well, definitely keep us updated on that go. I will definitely want to come through and support, especially in love and positivity. And Cassie says, continuous working on yourself is a true way to be able to convey your greatness to others. I love that. She also, French says, this gives echo to previous Motivation Mondays and all the topics kind of rolled into one and what we've discussed so far. I think having people like you on the platform that constantly exudes that type of positivity and good energy and connecting and bringing people together is something that is very important. So I always like when I'm in my stream, people who do have that energy and that character that just draws people in. I want to direct people in more ways like that, and I will always share. And you share those type of things because you know how the person is. You're definitely a light, and I think a lot of times we all go through our phases where we feel like, okay, this isn't working anymore. Maybe I should stop. When you have that self-doubt, and it's so important to have positive people and to have positive people in your circle that keeps you pushing. Like you said, you wanted to stop everything, and then you had that positive reinforcement, that positive encouragement that says, you are a voice that is needed in this community. You're a light. You definitely make people feel better about who they are when they come to your stream. There's been so many times where I was not in the mood to stream. I didn't want to do it. And I come in and you start with me. And then it's a back and forth. And now I'm sitting with a smile on my face. It's music and it picks up your energy and your spirit. So when you do come to your own stream, you're able to give people that positive energy that you just received. That's why I'm always saying, whatever people pour into other people in the same way. And you're definitely one of those people who pour into people with love and with light. So that is something that you should continue doing and not stop. I am definitely grateful for you, not just as a streamer, but for being here today and being a part of the shenanigans and having a chat with us a little bit over everything. If you have any last words, please let me hear them.
Well, gonna end it with, I am grateful for you being in my life. I have never met another genuine person as much as our conversations on what, and listen, if you guys don't know, we're not big gifters in that way of each other. But what we gift and we're grateful for is our friendship. I can sit there and pour my heart out, and I know she's actually listening, and she sees me as that, just that. And we can do it for each other. And when I first came across Queen Bella, she was first saying role model fresh. And it was her antics. And I was like, I have to meet her. But I came to her stream. I was, I was scared to speak to her because I always look to these beautiful, gorgeous people and how they are, and they're larger than life. It's like they will probably not even see me. And she did. Oh my God. And I was taken. I was starstruck that this icon is talking to me. I'm like, oh, good Jesus Lord. And it's and then when we took it, like we would start mentioning, I was like, and I found out we are Scorpio twins. I was like, there's a reason why we had to meet the way we did. And I'm grateful for that day when I was in Role Model Stream to meet you, because I consider you one of my sisters. You are my sister, and I'm grateful and thankful. And I don't want you to ever go with a day without thinking how much I love and appreciate you. You are a force to be reckoned with, and I want to see you continuing to rise yourself, because you are that. You are a light.
Thank you. I'm very grateful for that. See, now you always made me cry and everything. Definitely, thank you for that. It's been an absolute journey and a pleasure to have met you in the way we met. You've always been positive towards me. You've always breathed so much life into me, not just as a streamer, but I mean, even offline when we do have our conversations and our little chats. That's why I always tell you guys it's important to keep your circle positive, and that's why we cannot speak to each other for weeks on end. And when we do talk, it's like no time has gone past. So sometimes you make meaningful connections with people that transcends the average coming to the stream and doing the basic things. So I am very, very grateful for that I did meet you and that you weren't shy to speak to me and we clicked and we have the same birthday and everything. So it kind of just was like, this just works. So I am very happy and I'm very, very, very proud of you on your journey from making Male Rookie of the Year to top streamer of the week. I am excited to see more exciting things for you, and thank you for representing our community so well.
Thank you, guys. If you haven't already, I know I was trying to bring some people into your room because I need people to see you, and your voice need to be heard like so many others. So thank you for having this forum and allowing me to be a guest here. I am grateful for that. Much love to everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mej.